This is Scotch in Scripture, the miniatures series, hopefully readily available miniatures that you can buy inexpensively and try your way through the world of single malt Scotch whisky. Don't withhold an encouraging word. Proverbs 3:27 says, "Do not withhold good from to whom it is due when it is in your power to act." Most of us have the opportunity to act on that on a lot more often than you might think. But this is a Glenfiddich 12. Noticeable by its iconic bottle shape, this is the third best-selling single malt Scotch in the world for good reason, and it might be something that you've seen quite often and thought, I'm not going to spend my money on a big bottle of that. And you know what? The good news is it is readily available as a miniature just like this for around about $6 or $7 depending on where you're from, and it is a classic for a reason. It's a Speyside, it's readily available, it's multiple award winning, it is a great approachable whiskey. It's not too challenging, it's lovely on the nose, it's fresh, it's smooth, it's clean, it's everything that you want a Speyside to be. It's matured for 12 years in American oak casks and European white oak casks, so it bridges the divide of the Atlantic, which is, for somebody who's married to an American, is a good thing. On the nose, kind of floral, fresh, it's got that kind of fruity note, almost like an apple orchard, a little citrusy. And on the palate, it's light, again it's floral. It's very, very smooth. It's not challenging at all. It's very, very approachable whiskey. I think there's probably a little bit of inverted snobbery in the whiskey community about a Scotch like Glenfiddich 12, simply because it's so well available that people think it's not that exciting. It's still a really, really, really good whiskey. It maybe doesn't have the depth of some of your favourite buzzword single malt distilleries, but it's still really, really good. It's a great one to serve if you have guests. It's uncomplicated. If somebody is into other spirits or maybe they're into other types of whiskey, this is a great one to bring them around, providing they follow the appropriate steps and really take their time, nose it properly, save it on the palate for a while and enjoy it. It's really, really nice, and again that sweetness with the apple kind of pops off. It's lovely. It's very, very good. It's inexpensive. It's a stereotypical Speyside, which is no bad thing at all, and a really, really consistent whiskey. It's a good benchmark, highly recommended. And of course you can buy it as a miniature, so if you don't want to commit, buy a couple of miniatures, try it with a friend, see what you think. So recently at church, a guy who I really respect came up to me and he said something that was very, very encouraging, and I just didn't really think that anybody knew that about me anymore. And I've got to tell you, it changed my day, but more than that, it made a real impact on me because it answered something that had been nagging me for a long, long time. It was an encouraging word. And the power of an encouraging word is something that as Christians, and even if you're not a Christian, you're watching this, to give somebody an encouraging word is an unselfish thing. It's a worthy thing, and it's something that can make a difference in somebody's day, but it can go a lot deeper than that. It can make a difference in their whole life. There are a lot of people walking about the world who've really never had any encouragement from anybody, and that's a real tragedy. And these days when people are so introspective and there's a huge culture that values themselves based on how many likes they get, in social media, that's their validation method. But we have the opportunity to validate people as they stand on things that they might not realise that people see. And if you have the opportunity to do that to somebody, that can really change somebody's life. So don't withhold an encouraging word. 1 Thessalonians 5:11 says, "Therefore encourage one another and build each other up." Proverbs 12:25, "Anxiety weighs down the heart, but a kind word cheers it up." Thessalonians 4:18, "Therefore encourage one another with these words." So you have the power with your heart, your brain, your mouth to make a huge difference in somebody's life. A day can be made brighter. A higher calling can be reinforced or reintroduced to somebody's life. A mission can be rebuilt. And amazingly, a timely word to a particular person can cause that person to go out and have an impact on untold hundreds, maybe even thousands of other people. So you have the power to do something today, to give an encouraging word to somebody. And I would just encourage you to do what's within your power and don't withhold an encouraging word. God bless you. Slán